Hi guys, Shannon Hughes with Enliven Studios. Today I want to talk with you about virtual meetings. Over these last few months, we've had to do a lot of adaptation, working from home, learning new software, learning new platforms, and certainly figuring out how to work together and make sure that we stay connected, even though we are miles apart from one another. And as a leader and a manager and a meeting facilitator, what are you doing to make sure that your teams are staying engaged and connected with one another? Are you breathing life into these meetings so that people feel like they're happy and healthy and that they're part of something? There are so many ways to do this, and I want to outline a few of them today. I have what I refer to as my How to Light Up a Room series. How to light up a room, tips and tricks to enliven your virtual meetings. And I have a framework I want to go through today quickly. It's got a couple of different parts. 1, create safety. And you might be thinking, why would I need to create safety at the beginning of every meeting? I mean, everybody knows one another, we're fine. But think about where we are, right? Think about the emotional roller coaster that some of us are going on from the moment they wake up to lunchtime. You could be completely different places in your head, in your heart, and in your nervous system. So create safety so that when people come to the call, they feel like they're in a really good, safe space. There's so much research out there right now that says that people are feeling isolated and disconnected. There are new hires that are being onboarded to new companies, and they're being onboarded from their living room and in some other city, in some other state, and they've only met their team for the very first time on Zoom. So how do you create safety so everyone feels really connected? 2, connection. Connect first and frequently. At the beginning of every call, before you get into the content, before you get into the agenda, connect the team together. There are so many awesome ways to facilitate this, so many experiential ways, whether it's a game or whether it's doing something on Zoom and leveraging some of the things that Zoom has to offer to build that connection, but to do it right off the bat and then to continue to build those connection points throughout the whole meeting. Next, build an architecture for your meeting. Every meeting needs to have a story and an architecture. I call it embark, fly, and land. So really being mindful about how you build that, and maybe even cutting out of the meeting 5-10 minutes early so that people can go in and check their email, get up and stretch and check on their kids, which goes into breaking often, of course. And check-ins. So many ways to do this on platforms like Zoom, whether it's emojis or private text chat messages or different ways of just saying, how are we doing? Are we doing good? Not so good? You know, how's everybody feeling? Have we reached our limit? Are we feeling saturated with content? Do we need to break? How's everybody doing? Because again, this is really about the health and wellness of our employees, to make sure that people are feeling positive and that they feel like you are taking care of them. Okay, I want to give one exercise that I think is really fun, and it's a way to kind of build some connection and maybe even start off of a meeting. And this is how it goes. One person on the screen, let's say you're in grid view, says something true about themselves. It could be anything. It can be, I have 2 kids. I like to go camping. I like spaghetti and meatballs. Whatever, one true thing about themselves. And they say that out loud to the group, and they say, I like spaghetti and meatballs. If any of you like spaghetti and meatballs too, do this. And everybody on the call who likes spaghetti and meatballs does this gesture. It's a really, really fun way for people to learn different things about one another that they might not already know. And there's a lot of laughter and a lot of silly movements. It's a way to move your body and kind of get out of that headspace of the content you might be going through, which deserves focus. But getting that connection and engagement at the front end and throughout the call is really important. Thank you so much for listening. This is all part of a offering that I've got going on right now called How to Light Up a Room, Tips and Tricks to Enliven Your Virtual Meetings. EnlivenStudios.com/light up a room. Okay? /light up a room. There's a landing page where you can learn more about this offering. Stay well and stay curious, creative, and kind. Thanks. Bye.